Hello everybody, welcome to the Football Film with a little bit of a twist today. We are up in Manchester at the United Stand Studios opposite the beautiful Old Trafford. So we are blessed with United Stand hosts Charlie Morley and Mark Goldbridge. How are we, lads? Okay?
Good. Not too bad after last night, yeah.
We'll talk about this in a minute. By the way, set is incredible, studio is phenomenal. You must be making some money, by the way, because this is absolutely beautiful. The weekend's football, it wasn't the best. It was not the best. Until Sunday came and it totally redeemed itself. Erling Haaland scoring his fourth hat-trick of the season. And then the United-Arsenal game. Oh my gosh, this is why we love football so much. Lads, let's get into it, come on. Right, Mark, come on, mate. Where did it all go wrong? It was a good game, at least, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was a good game for the neutral. I think it was, but that's no consolation. I think it's just so close. It's a bit like Palace on Wednesday. We could have had 4 points, and we've got 1. We're definitely in a top 4 race, which is probably where we've been talking about for weeks anyway. But I think what happened with United is they're falling away in the second half. First half, I thought we were really good, and I thought we took Arsenal out of their comfort zone, and it was a 50-50 possession at half-time, which is good at the Emirates. And then I think second half, we just didn't offer anything in the attack. You know, Weghorst is willing, but let's be honest, he's average. I want him to do well, but he's bang average. Anthony fell away, Bruno and Rashford maybe tired, Eriksen got tired, and again, you're just relying on a very good defence. You know, De Gea, Varane, Martinez were very good. Fullback's probably not as good, but missed Casemiro. And I think to hold Arsenal to the 90th minute, who are the best team in the league, there are a lot of positives, but it just being so close, I'd have liked to got the draw.
I could see it coming. I genuinely could. I could see it coming. I thought United started well. They were in the game. They were always there or thereabouts. But I thought, once the second half started, oh my God, I just thought the writing was on the wall. Did it surprise you at the end?
It's just the disappointment. I actually went into the game not expecting anything. I didn't expect a decent performance.
Basically, you're not angry, you're just disappointed.
That's it.
That's what it is, yeah?
It was just, we got so far, and then to kind of come unstuck through just switching off, I think was the main thing, you know. It is just so disappointing. But this whole title race debate that was going on for a matter of about 72 hours, comes crashing down. But no, it was always the top 4 race for me.
Wan-Bissaka, talk to me about. Go on, quickly. What are you going to say?
No, I was just literally going to say that. I think at the end of the day, you know, it is disappointing, but you've got to put it into the context of Arteta's doing a fantastic job at Arsenal. They're a fantastic team. We've been praising them on here for ages, and you know, you go into the Emirates. I thought we did well for a long period of time, and also Arsenal. I have become the blueprint now. You know, Arteta's nearly 3 years into what he's doing, maybe a little bit longer. So, you know, we're only 6 months in. I liked what Ten Hag said after the game, saying, you know, he's very angry with the defence in many ways. And I think that the goal that killed the game for me was actually the first goal, because you score that goal away. It's a great goal by Rashford. And then all you've got to do, Arsenal hadn't created anything. All you've got to do is make sure they work for that goal. And they go up 5 minutes later, cross, bang. And it's like they've done nothing. They didn't have to work. The crowd never got, we never saw the Arsenal crowd getting a bit worried because it was just so quick. And then you're back to square one. They've got a bit of relief. You've played the game, haven't you? You've got over it. And then I think if we take that game another 10 minutes, we probably get to half time. They're 1-0 down. It's a completely different game. But you've got to defend better. And I like what Roy Keane said, actually. Wan-Bissaka, everyone says he's not a good attacking defender, but he's a good defensive. He's not.
Yeah.
Because he can't defend the back post.
Yeah.
He's a good player, and he's been really good for the last month, and I won't have a bad word said against him in that sense. But he's cost us 2 goals in 2 weeks in big games.
One-on-one defending, Wan-Bissaka, probably one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Simple as that, one-on-one defending. But positionally, staying in the game, knowing what's around you, knowing what to do at big moments, it's where he's going to fall short, and he will always fall short there.
Did you see the Wan-Bissaka one though? Did you see the goal for Nketiah? He's actually they played it back, and he's fully aware. It's not like a quick cross where you've lost him. He's he's aware. Oh, he's gone. You know.
Oh, poor lad. Talk to me about the Rashford goal, because you were doing the live stream last night, right? Mm. When he just skittled away from Partey, were you shouting, "Partey who? Partey who? Casemiro's much better than Partey"?
Well, Partey was wearing an Atletico Madrid shirt, wasn't he? Because he got sent back. He got sent back. But I mean, Charlie, you can hit a ball. I mean,
that was a beautiful strike.
And you're a goalkeeper. I thought from there, should the goalkeeper save it? What a shot! But then you watch it back, and it sort of bends in, doesn't it? It was brilliant.
Yeah. To be fair, Rashford seems to only hit a ball like that. He could be 6 yards out in an open net, and he just smashes it in every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's almost like his trademark, isn't it? That type of shot. So anywhere from that distance does suit him. You always back him to at least hit the target, and that dippy shot that always bounces either just before the keeper, always is a little bit awkward, isn't it? But yeah, crikey, what a goal!
We were blessed actually because that Saka goal was bloody brilliant as well. You know, you see goalkeepers get beat from there, and I think, oh, Ben's going to be moaning about it. But they both sort of came in, didn't they?
Yeah.
And, I mean, those 2 goals are absolutely fantastic.
It was the game of football in a whole was incredible. Like the Rashford goal, I watched it and I thought, you ain't doing that a year ago. You are not doing that a year ago, to skip away from Partey as quickly like that and then just bang it as hard as he can. The defenders blocking Ramsdale's view. Like, do you know what I mean? Look, every single goal, like I know on telly last night people were saying about Ramsdale with a punch. I'm having that. I'd much rather my goalkeeper come out and punch it like that, drop it down. Martinez, incredible. I love that guy.
That was good technique.
I said to you before the show today, I said I think he could play for any team in the world at centre-back. I really do. I think he'd play for any team in the world because he is just a little dog. He's a dirty little dog, right? And all he wants to do is get involved, snaffle, tackle, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of people owe him apologies as well because at the start of the season, I think me included as well, to be honest with you, said I don't think he's going to be tall enough.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah, you said that as well.
No,
you 100% backed me up with that.
You
definitely backed me up with that.
I didn't. No, I didn't. Graham Souness did. And now you put yourself
I think
in
Roy
the club.
Keane said that as well.
And Carragher said it.
Carragher did,
Ben,
yeah.
you should not have said that.
I take it back. I didn't mean it. Well, I did mean it, but he's proved me wrong, and rightly so
It's
as well.
heightist.
It's not heightist. It's fine.
You can't look at a player and say they're too small.
Cannavaro. Charlie, talk to me about Christian Eriksen because they made a lot of it, didn't they, yesterday after the game? Basically saying he's defending. His defending is what let him down there.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is we've seen him play so well in certain games, in certain situations. I just do think, I mean, you remember back in August when we were kind of covering whether he was going to come and what actually role and part he was going to play. I wasn't sure he was even going to be part of like the main kind of starting 11. He's obviously proved us wrong in that sense, but no, for me, he's more than good enough. I think, look, anyone playing next to Casemiro is going to look 10 times better, but when he plays with Scott McTominay, or whether it was Fred, he will get found out a little bit more because you don't get that license to miss out the tackle or not defend as well as you have been. So when Casemiro's not there, I think, he obviously doesn't look as good. But maybe, we're playing what? 3 games a week. It's crazy. And I think I saw your tweet last night. Is it 3 games for the next 2 months or something ridiculous?
18 games in 61 days.
Every 3.5 days is a game.
Mental.
That's what I mean. This is come back to that age-old thing of you need to invest now. Now's the time to get players through the door. So you've got that squad depth. Man United just don't seem like they want to do it.
Arsenal bought 2 players this week, haven't they?
Boom.
Trossard and a centre-back. They want another one.
To get another one, yeah.
They're serious. I don't think United are serious.
Right, can we just give Arsenal a little bit of love? Because I know we've talked about a lot of Man United, right? But the way Arsenal played in that second half, it's obviously a lot about coaching and fitness, all that kind of stuff. But that's about mentality, that is. That is about going, right, we are at home here, we are the best team in the league and we're going to press. That was the bit that struck me the most. And Man United could sense that as well. And that's how the game went, wasn't it, in that second half?
I think Ten Hag's game plan was to be 1-0 up at half-time and cause Arsenal to panic. And as I say, that's why that Wan-Bissaka goal cost us, because when it's basically a draw at half-time, Arteta gets them in and is like, this ain't going the way we need it to, but we're in the game. And then, like you say, the second half, they go and do what they did. I think Xhaka's so impressive.
Really good, isn't he?
So much space he creates.
He's come from nowhere again. It's like he's reinvented himself.
Yeah. And Nketiah, I mean, did a very good job. I heard someone this morning saying he's like Ian Wright. I mean, I don't know what they were drinking.
I think Roy Keane said that last night.
That's nothing like Ian Wright. That's a bloody disgrace. He's I tell you what he is, though. He's a very, we've got Weghorst up front and he is a Burnley striker. They've lost Jesus and people thought, oh, they're in trouble. He's come in, he's scored 2 goals against Manchester United. I think that's the toughest game Arsenal have had this season.
Yeah.
And like you say, they're doing things that you do when you're in a title race. I know James said last week it's too early to say they've got a hand on the trophy. I think they have. The only people who can rip it off are Man City.
Right, final question then. Well, 2 final questions. Arsenal, are they going to win the league, Charlie?
Yeah, I hope they do over City, to be fair as well. I'd rather them win it than City win it, just because I don't want them to get that 3 in a row and then possibly break the record next season of getting the 4th. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I think they will.
From now, you think they're going to win?
Yeah, I've always said City, and look, they are capable of going on and winning. The 2, if they can just not get beat in one of the 2 games against City, it will maintain that gap.
Final question: United, they're going to get top 4.
Yes.
I'm starting to think they will, even though we've had a bad week, because you look at I watched that Chelsea-Liverpool game, which we'll talk about, and I just don't know who's coming through. I think Newcastle and United at the moment look like they'll get it because no one else looks like they're going to come through.
I think I'm with you as well. Just from watching the game yesterday, the quality on show, I think that's probably 2 of the 3 or 4 best teams in the Premier League.
Yeah. There should be. Yeah. I don't think top 4 should be secure because we're talking about tiredness. But I don't see a team of quality that's going to come through. I think Newcastle and United will get it because there's nobody close to them yet.
All right, we're going to talk about Man City in a second. Quickly, before we move on, though, can I just reference the Saka bit of shithousery yesterday, by the way? Did you see it when he scored the goal?
Celebration.
His little celebration.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
It's a little bit sneaky, that. We saw it, didn't we? We saw it, and it's copying, like, Marcus Rashford's celebration. It's a little bit naughty, that, you know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It was made quite a big deal out of on Twitter, you know, saying it was shithousery and that. I'm not sure. I don't know. They're obviously pals at international level. I'm not sure if Rashford would give him a little message afterwards, being like, "What's this about?" But no, I'm sure it's nothing really. At the end of the day,
I didn't detect it. I didn't detect he was being a shithouse. No. I found it odd, but I don't think he was. You could tell by his body language.
He weren't trying to be a dickhead.
He was happy with the goal. I don't think he was doing it. I don't know why. I would question why he did it, and as a teammate, I would say, why did you do it? But he seemed really happy and comfortable doing it. I don't think it was a shithousery thing.
What a player, by the way, star boy. Right, we're going to move it to Man City, okay? Erling Haaland has just scored his 23rd, 24th and 25th goals of the season. That is more than the previous 4 years Premier League Golden Boot winners. Yeah, already. Yeah. After 20 games, he's got 18 games left to go, right? 18 games left to go. That's his 4th hat-trick of the season as well. How many goals is he going to score this season? Let's play a little game amongst ourselves. 24? Let's have a little bet amongst ourselves, yeah? So he's on 25 now, 18 games left to go. Can he get 40? Can he get 45?
41.
Do you want to have a bet on this?
41.
You're going to owe me some money anyway, so we can go double or quits if you want. Nearest to.
I'll win it all back when we do this head-to-head shit.
I'm going to go 38, all right?
It's scary. He's a robot, isn't it? The amount of
he's a robot.
It's mental. You think even if he scores 10 goals in the next, that's 35 goals. That's unheard of. But I reckon he can get 40, yeah, minimum.
The beauty of Erling Haaland is, do you know what the beauty of him is? He knows his game better than anything, and he sticks to it, right? So Erling Haaland, agree or disagree, is probably the best finisher in world football right now. Finisher, pure finisher.
I think Lewandowski's better finisher.
Better than just putting the ball in the back of the net.
I think it's instinct with Haaland. Just that he's right place, right time. He has proven that he can score goals anywhere on the pitch, really, right? And he's just almost got this programming in his head of like, it doesn't matter who or how many people are in front of him when he's got that ball or he's running onto that ball, he's going to score. Like it's almost a bit odd, but it shouldn't be because that is how your striker should be, right? Wanting to score goals every single time, all the time. But to now equal the record of last season already is
ridiculous.
It's silly, yeah, silly.
Please, can you get in the comments down below and just let me know, Lewandowski or Haaland, best finisher in the world, in world football right now? It's Haaland, by the way, you're wrong.
Finishing, Lewandowski.
Yeah. Finishing?
Yeah.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'll tell you what, we'll get them both down. You can go in goal.
Yeah, and I'll give you a little...
100 shots, how many times they score? And then you can tell us afterwards.
Did you see the header? Did you see the header from the De Bruyne cross, by the way? This is Man City to a T, this. So they get the ball behind them, work it back straight to De Bruyne, and as soon as he is about to put that ball in first time, he knows where to go. He just knows where to run, and he knows to hold his run, bang, header, straight in.
They are vulnerable, though. I said this at the start of the season, and everyone was laughing. Man City are vulnerable. It sounds ridiculous when they've got a striker like that, but they're not. Arsenal are going to win the league unless Man City do something. Haaland is fantastic, but I don't think Man City are fantastic.
You know what might sound silly? Do you think they're worse with him?
Yeah.
In terms of like overall,
they're not as strong yet with Haaland because they are transitioning. That's what I meant. They're vulnerable. They could still win the league. They could still win the Champions League, but they're definitely transitioning because look at what United did. If you take Haaland out of the game, what have they got?
Yeah, true.
They are very one-dimensional. They never sub him. He always plays. And that makes them vulnerable. Whereas I think last season, you never knew what the front three was. He might be Jesus. He might put Bernardo Silva there. They were very changeable. They're a bit more predictable, but they've got an amazing. They're still amazing, but they're a bit vulnerable.
Well, this season the defence is the weird one for me because he's chopping and changing it all the time. Akanji's playing, Aki's playing. It could be Neves, Laporte. He's playing the young lad left back instead of Cancelo.
Rico
Kyle Walker's playing Rico. That's the bit that for me at the minute I'm thinking, is Cancelo injured or what? Like, he's killing me every week in my dream team, in my fantasy team, every single week.
Roulette.
Yeah, I've got him sat there and he's on the bench. I'm thinking, don't bring him on. Don't bring him on for the last 20 minutes or something. That's the bit where I think they're vulnerable this season, where they've always had that back four settled. This year it's not.
It's usually the attacking lineup which always change, whereas it seems to have now reversed, and I don't know if, because I think Stones has been injured obviously a little bit as well. I don't know if it's because he doesn't know what he prefers at the minute at the back, or he just is having to rotate. I don't know, but yeah, it's almost reversed, doesn't it? In that
Arsenal
sense.
need to play them now.
Yeah, right now. Arsenal they
needed the game in September. I think they'd have won. They need it now. What they cannot afford to do is City to keep this run going, and then they get a couple of injuries. They need that. I think it is coming up in a couple of weeks. They need that game.
I can't wait for that game, to be honest with you, because they're going to have two teams pressing the life out of each other. Oh my God, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Right, so Leicester-Brighton, okay? 2-2. Not really a great result for either team, to be honest with you, but Matoma, the golden boy, the guy who's doing like out of nowhere all of a sudden, what a player.
Yeah, he scored an absolute screamer, to be fair. I think there was, I'm not sure how much to read into it, but there's the thing going around now that Brighton signed him through a university or something. I don't know if the system out there is different in terms of that's just the way that football goes, in terms of you go to like a football university, but that's the kind of the narrative that everyone's running with, that they signed him from a university system out there. So to obviously come in, hit the ground running and score a worldie like that, fair play.
Yeah. We spoke about this last week on the thing, didn't we? Their recruitment policy is just ridiculous. Whoever they're signing, like even Trossard, like they've just sold him for 26, 28 million. It's like they do that 2 or 3 times every single season.
Looks like a good player as well.
Yeah. Just turned 18.
Yeah.
I think I saw a stat the other day. He's played something like 200 or 300 minutes of football. He scored 3 goals and 2 assists in that.
I saw something going around of comparing him to not the position but Mount's numbers, and Ferguson's got, I think, the same, if not one more
and
goal contribution. Yeah, and Mount's obviously played a hell of a lot of minutes.
Is he Irish? Can't we turn him like a Declan Rice or something like that?
I always think when these young players come through, you just think, oh, the English, I know we've got a lot, but yeah.
You never know, though. He might turn into an absolute beast. We've got to turn his head quickly. Right, we've got the quiz coming up at the end of the show. Stay tuned. Let's rattle through a few of the other games. We're going to go for Southampton Villa. 1-0 win for Villa, but to be honest with you, the highlight of the game was the fact that a drone stopped play for about 10 minutes. That's about as good as this game gets, really, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, there was a controversial moment where Southampton scored, but when you watch it back, Jacob Ramsey does get caught on the heel. Villa, we were saying last week that Villa are the only technical mid-table team, but they are now not that far off
Sneaky,
Europe.
I know.
I think he's won 5 out of 7. I didn't think Emery would do that well at Villa, but he's doing quite well. He's doing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, Villa sneaky. The sack race. Big game this. West Ham 2, Everton 0. Time's surely up now. It's got to be up, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, by the time we're doing this, they'll have made a decision, and if it's not to sack him, then I don't know what's going on. I was doing my Talk Sport show on Saturday night, and a lot of Everton fans were phoning in. And
they don't seem to blame Frank Lampard necessarily, though, do they?
Well, the first one phoned in, and I thought, this is the way it's going to go, and he was like, it's not Frank's fault, and that set the fire, because then it was loads of Evertonians putting in, I don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't talk for the fans. Really? He's got to go. And I think they all like Lampard, but he's won 3 games in the Premier League this season. That's terrible. Wow. So he's got to go. And I think that I always thought West Ham would win that, because I think we said it last week. David Moyes knows what he's doing down there. West Ham fans won't be very happy, of course, but you know you've got to be. He will get you out of that problem. Whereas Everton, Lampard, you've got to sack him. Nice, it's a watered down Solskjaer. Nice guy, but you've got to do what's best for your club and get Sean Dyche in. I'll tell you what, their next 2 games, Arsenal and Liverpool. So maybe I'd give Lampard those
2 more games, and then get the new manager in for a bit more of an easier run. Is it?
You've been in that situation, like relegation, a lot, haven't you?
Once or twice. And
yeah, you want a manager wants to come in with some easier fixtures, doesn't he?
West Ham, massive result for them though. David Moyes I think David Moyes is probably good enough to stay as West Ham manager, should stay to the end of the season. West Ham hopefully pick up now as well.
They need to, 100%. I don't know what the consensus is in terms of what the West Ham fans, whether they want him out. I don't know if that's a thing, but I think he's more than good enough to take them up the table. It's just this needs to be the kind of kick-on point. Otherwise, it will just get too late, and they'll get dragged down into that. Whether it's going to be a relegation battle or just finishing kind of 16th, 15th, which isn't what they want.
West Ham should change it in the summer, I think.
Yeah, freshen
Get
it
to
up.
the summer, keeps
Younger,
them
newer
up,
manager.
off he goes, back to wherever whatever he wants to do.
What have you heard of this Mudryk guy, Chelsea's new signing? What have you heard of him? Honestly, be honest. What had you heard of him before he signed for Chelsea?
Zilch.
Nothing.
No.
Well, only that I knew that Arsenal liked him, and I knew he was a right footer who plays off the left. But again, I was very excited to see him come on, and I think Chelsea do nick a lot of players, but I think they might have nicked a good player here. He's quick, he's strong, and he's got a good touch. And I mean, I've almost felt like Milner was having a Gary Neville, where he retired.
Yeah, treading on water, basically. Yeah.
He looks really good. I'm very excited to see
the one where he's took it round, I can't remember who it was, and he's blasted it into the side netting. That change of feet, that pace there, I could genuinely see it on the defender. I think it was Joe Gomez. I could genuinely see it on his face, thinking, wow, if I even clip you here, touch you here, it's a penalty, it's game over. Yeah. I reckon he could be a fantasy Premier League legend from here on out, just for pure penalties won. Seriously.
I said it at the weekend, and I'm happy to say it on here. I think Potter's the next Arteta in the sense that you want to get on that ship early. Yeah. He's had a lot of rubbish. Arteta did, and everyone was like, maybe he should be sacked. I'm telling you now, Potter's going to be the next Arteta. That ship's going up. When João Felix comes back and Mudryk, they're going to start scoring goals. Yeah. Defensively, they've always been all right. Their midfield needs work, but that Mudryk looks good. João Felix is going to be a great signing, and the confidence is coming back. And there was times at Anfield where they were passing like Brighton did. They were confidently passing. They deserved to win that game.
Yeah,
Liverpool were like, we were a bit unlucky, but I thought Chelsea, to go to Anfield and play the way that they did, they just about did enough to win.
I don't think Liverpool were a bit unlucky. All I'm saying is you. I watched it. I thought Chelsea probably deserved it. They had a few chances at the end. Liverpool could have got a goal. Nunes, all that kind of... No.
End of an era. I was saying this at the weekend. It's that Liverpool team is not right. I've got a lot. I don't like Liverpool, but I've got a lot of respect for what they've done. But that team is not right, and yet they've got all the same components.
Do you know everybody keeps saying they just need to buy two midfielders? Buy two midfielders and you'll be fine. It'll fix everything. I'm thinking, no, it won't. I'm not having that whatsoever. Their defence looks miles off it. The front three that they play with, apart from Mo Salah, who's kind of always pretty much on it, decent, like good to go. No, I'm not having it. I think they need a lot more than that.
They're not pressing from the front. Like they used to press relentlessly, high line. Then they're inviting teams on. And then it's so far back to goal that they're not creating things, they're conceding chances. They were the team I said will get top four. And they're just like Saturday it dawned on me, Ben's going to win that bet because they're not going to click.
We had a £500 bet on this, Charlie.
Was it £5?
£500 bet we had on this,
Going
Charlie.
To charity,
on Liverpool.
On Liverpool getting into top four, I said they're miles off it. I said they're not going to do it.
Tom says it's 100.
Tom, killing me. It was 500 quid, all right? We'll find that clip anyway. I guarantee you it's 500. Right, Leeds, Brentford, 0-0. Give it to me, lads. How good was this game? It was incredible, wasn't it?
No, not much to say, really.
I watched the last 5 minutes because it was on before the United game, and I was like...
The only exciting thing is that I don't even know how to pronounce his name, that young kid.
Sinestra?
No, Notto.
Nonto, he's
good. He looks exciting. He scored a good goal in
He's the Italian lad, isn't he?
Yeah. But that's pretty much it.
I watched highlights on this one, and even the highlights were miserable, all right? The highlights were brutal. David Raya made a couple saves, like big saves, to be fair to him. He's a good goalkeeper.
Goalie,
He's a very good goalkeeper. I see someone like
It'd be interesting to see where he goes next.
Tottenham sniffing massively, mate. Absolutely massively.
He's like a number 10 in goal.
He's brilliant, mate.
Talk about distribution. He's better than Odegaard.
He is incredible, mate. Like, people rave about Aaron Ramsdale and his side volleys and all that kind of stuff. No. David Raya, watch him do it. He is a thing of beauty, lad.
Chelsea,
absolute thing of beauty. And he could go Chelsea.
Spurs will try, and then Chelsea will come.
Chelsea cannot sneak in and sign another goalie when they've spent 70 mil on one, 30 mil on another, and then...
Kepa's crap, isn't he? Come on.
He's not crap, is he? Come on.
Oh, he is.
He's not crap.
He is. Come on.
Go on. Why is he crap? Break it down. Why he's crap?
Dracula. He's terrified of crosses.
No, here we go. He's doing that Dracula one again.
He is.
Crystal Palace, Newcastle, 0-0. Did you see Nick Pope saving this game, by the way?
Yeah, he had nothing to do all game, did he? And then pulls out a worldie. But I mean, it's a bit of luck that they did slip up against Palace for United's sake. But yeah, they seem to not be able to put the ball in the back of the net at the minute, Newcastle. So I don't know if that... I'm actually surprised that they haven't... Because I'm pretty sure they haven't bought anyone this window.
They're in for a striker. Apparently they're looking at Gordon from Everton.
Oh, really? Yeah, he'll be off out straight away.
Wow.
As soon as he can get out of there, I'm surprised he didn't go because Chelsea wanted him, think back.
And he's been...
50 million or whatever.
All the fans were on at him as well, so...
Yeah. No, I mean... I'm surprised they haven't bought, not even insane signings, but I'm surprised they haven't brought one or two in to try and capitalise on the position that they are in.
Yeah,
but
I think they will. They've got to,
I'd be surprised if they didn't do that because I mean, no one would have had them, anywhere near the top 4. I think, really. So, yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to find someone out there.
What was the situation? Did Guimaraes play?
Yes.
Oh, he's back then.
I think he did,
Yeah,
yeah.
right,
Well, he
okay.
was fine. Like I say, he went off the pitch crying
Yeah.
last week, and then he's good to
never
go
heard
this week.
anything, yeah.
I'm thinking, come on. Few stats about Newcastle quickly. Nick Pope, 12 clean sheets for the season.
Yeah, it's good.
12 clean sheets for the season. That's incredible. Next best is Aaron Ramsdale on 9. 15 games unbeaten now, Newcastle, in a row.
Charlie's right. If they could find a bit more attacking intent, they're not parking the bus. It's not like they don't want to attack.
Yeah.
I just think that they could do with some goals. But again, like they're not in Europe. They're playing one game a week. If they can add a couple of players in the last 10 days, I can't see who's going to come through and take top 4. Funnily enough, I'd probably say watch out for Chelsea. I just think Chelsea might just suddenly go. It's a big ask though. 10 points.
I think top 4 sorted as it is, mate. Let's just keep it at there. Boys, incredible. We're going to go do a quiz in a minute, okay? Charlie, what's your quiz knowledge like?
Good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is it good?
He's my
Stato.
he's my protege.
All right.
Ben's got to beat 0, so the only way he's up.
I've won 2 so far this season. Mark's won none.
I'm always
all right?
mid-table, I'm
He's
happy
won
with
absolutely 0.
I do no prep.
Mid-table mediocrity. Right, come on then. Football filling quiz. Right, Jamie, you ready with the questions?
Always,
10
yeah.
questions, lads. Fastest finger first. All the best. I wish you good luck. Let's go.
Okay, ready to go. How many signings have Chelsea made in the January transfer window,
4.
including loans?
4.
5.
No,
3.
no, all incorrect.
6.
6. 6 is the answer.
I should
but-
get that.
No
Nah,
chance.
but-
You don't get that.
Can't get
Bloody
that.
Olcott did last week.
Can't
Yeah,
get
but that we all have to agree that it goes again. We didn't agree that it goes again. If you'd have waited, you might have got that. 6 signings.
6, yeah. I can read them out if you want, or...
No, believe
No.
it.
We're not that interested.
What charity is sponsoring Nottingham Forest's shirt for the rest of the season?
UNICEF.
Nope.
Go on. Any more? That's it.
Yeah, who is sponsoring
Charity.
Nottingham Forest shirt for the rest of the season? It's a charity.
I know this. I sort of know this.
Are they national?
No, Jay. No.
NHS. It's
No.
not a charity. It
Mind.
It acts like it is. Bloody hell.
UNHRC. UNHCR, sorry. It's a refugee agency.
It sounds like UNICEF to me.
It doesn't.
I'm sorry. It stands for United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees.
Right, good start, lads. 0 from 0.
Cut that one out.
Yeah.
Which player had the career path of Wolverhampton Wanderers, Coventry City, Inter Milan?
Robbie
Lee.
Keane. It's a good
That's
start.
your era, that is.
Wow.
Come on, Fozzie. 1-0.
Wolves.
How many games finished 0-0 over the weekend?
3.
3.
It
Bang.
was Fozzie first as well.
I
That's
just
2
need to
0
stop
I thought
shouting.
you said he was really good. He's my protege.
Yeah, we're both on 0. What do you mean?
In the 2011-12 season, who won the Golden Boot?
Rooney.
Nope. In the 2011-12 Premier League season, who won the
Torres.
Golden Boot? Nope.
That's a good shout.
Really
It's a
good
good
effort,
yes,
that.
but it's still bloody wrong.
Who won the league that year, Jay?
Hey, shut up. I was going to say Drogba, but it won't be him.
2011-12. That's well hard.
I have to
5,
give you a countdown, yeah.
4, 3.
3.
Aguero.
No. Robin Van Persie.
I was going to say Van Persie. I say this every week.
I should get
You
it for
do.
Torres because it was a good answer.
How many more goals does Haaland have than the last season's Premier League Golden
4.
Boot winner?
2.
2.
I thought he got 21 last year.
No,
No,
23 last year.
23 last year.
And he's on
Haaland's
25 now.
25, Yeah.
Oh, this is an unassailable lead.
Yeah.
3-0 now. My
he's storming it.
protege.
Who,
Fuming.
Such a twat.
who scored the only goal in the Southampton versus Aston Villa game this weekend?
Watkins.
Boom. Mark
Wally
Lowbridge.
Hopkins.
I was just going to shout Ward Prowse.
Should have
Wait,
done.
he actually did, but it got disallowed. Who has won the Premier League with Blackburn and Manchester United?
David May.
Henningberg.
Yeah.
Henningberg kick.
Who that guy is?
Can we check David May's Wikipedia page, please? I'm pretty sure he played for Blackburn and won the league.
No, I'm not having it. I knew it was Henningberg. I
Henningberg.
knew Henningberg was definite, all right? I think David May wasn't there when that happened.
Probably not.
I don't even know who they are.
No, I think Henningberg is right.
Yeah, it is. I know it's definitely. I don't know about David May one. 4-1-0.
What year was this guy around?
In the mud you are, all right?
He's on MUTV
You've never heard of
now.
Henning Berg?
He's on MUTV, Dave, mate.
Henning Berg, you've never heard of him?
No.
Norwegian? Wow.
Sorry,
No. Damn right.
2 questions left. Which club did Ashley Young play for before his transfer to Manchester United?
Watford.
No.
Aston
Villa.
Villa.
Aston Villa.
Hey! I said Villa.
Oh, did you say Villa?
said
You say
Villa.
Villa? Oh, yeah,
It was
Charlie.
definitely
He
Charlie.
said
Charlie.
Villa. He said Villa.
That
I
counts,
said
that
Aston
counts. I
Villa.
thought
It
you
was
said Watford,
definitely
sorry.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Definitely,
Charlie.
I
Get the
definitely.
point there.
definitely.
I
Oh, you
off
can
the
have that one. Well
off the
done.
mark.
Yeah, you can have that one. It's
Cheers,
fine.
mate. Appreciate
I
that.
don't know why I could finish last.
You could put it. You could. Protege, come on. 4-1. 4-1-1.
Do you want a bonus question for that?
Yeah.
For how much for?
17 million.
You hit it on the head. You hit that on the head.
Something suspicious going on here. How's he gone from 0 to 50%, and he's even getting bonus questions about transfers? I think the chat know what's going on here. I think we all know what's going
The
on.
chat
here.
know that that's
Have you had a
three
pay
out of
rise
four
this
now.
week? Have you?
Did you
No,
say?
no,
Did you said
I swear down him out. I
No, I
remember him
didn't.
going. I was at Watford with him as a kid, so I looked after his career. I looked out for him,
He was
made sure he
agent.
was all right.
Jamie.
I
Taking a fee.
I did not.
He's taking
Jamie.
a commission.
Honest answer. Have you had a pay rise this week?
No, no, no.
We gave you one a couple months ago, didn't we?
I mean, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. 5-1-1.
Which player scored against their former club at the Vitality Stadium this weekend?
Surridge.
Mark Goldridge. Surridge.
You are scum.
That's-
You are. You're in the mud, Charlie
gave me
Morley.
that.
Well done, mate.
I wouldn't have
yeah,
known
we
that.
did.
It's only
There
'cause you
you
told me
go.
that.
That's quiz over,
that's
isn't
quiz
it?
over. Ben is the winner.
5-2-1.
I'll take one. It's all about participating. I'll take it. That's what it's been like as a Man United fan for the past
I'm always
10 years,
mid-table,
so.
me.
Do you know, I think my football knowledge at the minute, my ball knowledge is like top tier. Genuinely top tier.
Were you
at the
here
minute.
last week?
I wasn't thinking quite straight last week. It's not a problem. I had Stato next to me anyway. The guy who said he was rubbish at quiz, James Alcott, and he was the man at quizzes. He absolutely battered us.
He did, yeah.
Anyway, that's a football fill-in. That's the quiz. Fozzie, yet again, winner. 3 out of 4 so far in 2023. Thank you very much. Get in the comments down below. Let me know that Erling Haaland is a better finisher than Robert Lewandowski, and we will see you all next week. Well done, lads.